If you've spent any time in the Ozarks, then you know our next inductee very, very well. Lisa Rose launched her Missouri television career at KODE in Joplin before finding a home in Springfield at KY3 for 41 years. So let's roll the video and learn more about Lisa.
What an honor to be recognized for staying with the career that has been such a blessing.
It is said the real mark of success is not wealth or power or fame, but what we create and contribute.
Deaths from breast cancer have dropped by 40% since 1990 because of mammography.
That's Lisa Rose.
Prosecutors plan to drop charges against a man who accused...
The anchor.
Now this should fit your schedule, whether you have any more days off or not.
She just talks to you.
The storyteller.
Most Americans think of Senator Danforth when they think of one of the most controversial additions to the U.S. Supreme Court.
I just enjoy how she always speaks from the heart, and you can tell that the stories really mean something to her.
And longtime friend of countless KY3 viewers. The people of the Ozarks know the grace and talent Lisa Rose has presented on air with KY3 over the past 40 years. Lisa started her television career in 1980 at a Joplin station. Since 1984, she's been here in Springfield every step of the way.
County officials say they hope by putting this area on city water, it will prevent that.
As police cross state lines to hunt for a murderer,
Was it difficult? You know you're the object of one of the longest manhunts in Missouri.
to interviewing lawmakers in D.C.,
I got the sense, too, from the book that you were disappointed in yourself at times.
Yeah, sure, I was.
to history-making U.S. Supreme Court decisions,
The Cruzans come to Washington for a final answer.
from D.C. to New York City,
The SMSU band has no ordinary position in this parade. They are the honor band.
to presidential conventions,
It will be later this week before we know for sure how Jackson and Dukakis delegates from the Ozarks work together.
her positive attitude and kindness have given her an uncanny ability to connect with viewers across the Ozarks.
Thank you, Wabla, for making KY3.
All of you trust and love Lisa. So much so that even in her private moments, like her wedding to her husband Randy,
I, Billy Randall Rose, give myself to you, Lisa Diane Richardson.
behind the scenes, Lisa's the same. The quiet leader, the mentor for reporters, anchors, and interns.
I watch her with people, and it's like, you know, she's kind of like a light in the room, but she has a way of making people feel like they are the light in her space at that moment.
I've worked with her a long time. And so who you see on every newscast is who Lisa Rose is. She is kind and friendly and smart, and she has never tricked viewers into making them think of her as a friend with her presence, because she has earned it every day.
My news director at the time wanted me to go to the house where the man's wife was, and the family had gathered. And I went there, and I just could not bring myself to walk in the door. I just stood out in the yard, and she came out and talked to me. And we've been friends ever since.
Really?
Yeah, it was just such a terrible thing. This man was such a good Samaritan, and he had picked up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker had killed him.
On behalf of myself, Gray Media, and everyone at KY3, thank you, Lisa, for your heart, your voice, and your unwavering dedication. We wish you all the best.
Lisa Rose is and has been very much the heart and soul of KY3 with her warmth and her grace.
It was a dream come true when I was hired here at KY3 back in the 1900s. I'd grown up watching KY3 News, and by the time I was a teenager, I was already noticing little things about their newscasts in the mid-1970s, like popular music being used in special reports, and then a young woman showing up, not much older than me, joining the news team. The idea that I could do that began to take shape and finally materialized for me 41 years ago. It's been an amazing journey, but my husband Randy and I cannot wait to see what God has for us next.
Please welcome to the NBA Hall of Fame, Lisa Rose.
you so much.
Right over here.
Oh, a picture? So I just set it down?
I'll get out of the picture.
I got a big box so you can stand too. Hold on. Hold on to me. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, absolutely. Be glad to.
Thanks, Shane. I'll see you down there. Gotcha. I'm going to leave that there for a second. Is that all right?
Go right ahead.
Thank
It's all
you.
yours.
Well, how about an explanation for all of that? First of all, should we talk about the hairstyles through the years? I had one news director back in the 80s do the line. Was it the 80s? They all blur. She drew the line at when I came in with white, blonde Madonna hair. Madonna had made that very popular, and it only lasted for one newscast for me. I don't know what I was thinking. It's so good to be here tonight, and in explanation, let me tell you that a month ago, 4 weeks, had a knee replacement. So it had been rescheduled, or I wouldn't have scheduled it so close to this. But I just wanted to tell you, it has been 10 months now since that videotape was made. And boy, I'll tell you what, anyone in this room who needs to retire someone, you need to refer to Bridget Lavelle or Brian McDonough to give you a send-off. That was amazing. So I really appreciate that. And this is just icing on the cake tonight. It has been 10 months since I retired, and 10 months since I've had one of those news deadlines. And so I really am exhausted now writing this 5-minute speech. I had forgotten deadlines and stress that goes with that, but I did want to tell you too that I've used this 10 months really well. I've been to Hawaii for a cruise. That was wonderful. I got to see 4 islands. And I'm working, or my husband and I are working on a house project, or we should say the crews are, and having a big new pavilion. And then, of course, the knee replacement. So my husband had to bring me up here, and these other gentlemen had to move me over here because I didn't want to use my walker, so I used my husband as a walker. So thank you, dear. I appreciate it. And I am so filled with gratitude tonight. To look back at a career like that is just amazing. To the Missouri Broadcasters Association and the Hall of Fame Committee, thank you so very much for this high honor. It is truly amazing to me. And thank you especially to my friend and esteemed co-anchor for so many years, Steve Grant, for welcoming me into this Hall of Fame where he resides as well. I really do appreciate it, Steve. Well, I feel like you know my life story by seeing those videos. I was 22 years old, fresh out of college with a bachelor's degree, when my petite little mom drove me to my first job interview, and it was at the TV station in Joplin, KODE, and that's when I took it upon myself to inform her. By the way, she had found the advertisement for this opening, even. So I informed her I was rethinking my career, that I was rethinking it because it kind of made me sick to my stomach to think about being on TV or in front of people. And then in slow motion, it seemed, this little woman turned sideways in the driver's seat and put her feet on my posterior and pushed me out of the car. And naturally, because she was a force of nature, that interview turned into my first position in television news. So I owe so very much to my parents, my brothers, my sister, for their support through the years. And then, of course, my husband showing up, a little late, I think, but that was 29 years ago. It's like time just flies, doesn't it? Evaporates. And what an ally and an advocate he has been in my life. I actually prayed for Randy Rose, not specifically, just for somebody exactly like him to come into my life, and God sent the most amazing spouse who happens to love people like you wouldn't believe in general, and me in particularly. So thank you, honey, for such a wonderful life. Such a wonderful life. Well, after anchoring and reporting the news for 4 years in Joplin, I did have the privilege of going to work for KY3. It was my dream job at the station because I had grown up watching that station. And as you all know so well, television news is a daily education in crime and politics and education and medicine and human nature, as you know. News at KY3, however, was an additional education and a challenge for me, striving for excellence in every story and on every level. And that was beginning in 1984, and that has not changed. It has passed from management to management to management. Now, I know this will make you younger journalists back there a little bit jealous, but we reporters back in the 1900s had a photographer with us on every single story we went out on. And in my 41 years at KY3, I was constantly learning so much about news gathering and storytelling from those who were actually behind the cameras. So valuable, such a valuable lesson to be able to pair people up like that. And I just am so thankful for that. There are lessons I learned in that car, riding miles and miles and miles all over the Ozarks. I look back with so much gratitude for the people I worked with over the years, those photographers, the reporters, the anchors, and the producers. But I have to say, great management at KY3 has been so consistently good for us there. We were treated like family in general, but especially during personal crises. It's just amazing, like the death of my dad. And then years later, when my mom passed. Those are the times you never forget, when your coworkers show up. But man, when your bosses show up, it's beyond expectations. So thank you, my heartfelt thanks to my general manager, Brian McDonough, KY3, of many years now, well, used to be, and of course to my news director, Bridget Lavelle, for all you do for still at our beloved KY3, and what you meant to me personally as well as professionally through all those years. And finally, so grateful for the community we serve. I will never forget the love that our viewers extended when we met them for frequent events like Celebrate the Ozarks or our weather tours, or just out in the community or at Walmart. And I love the bonds that we created with viewers who shared their stories with us in the best of times, and more importantly, in the worst times of their lives. I never dreamed at the age of 22 I would get to be a news reporter and an anchor for 45 years in Missouri, which has always been home to me. I certainly never could have imagined this night and being inducted into the Missouri Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. So I thank God most of all for this wonderful career. It has truly been a gift from Him. And now I especially thank Him for retirement. I highly recommend it. Thank you so much for this honor.